We live in a world that places a high value on self-confidence. Business, education, wherever you go, if you see confidence, we tend to be in admiration of it. We like it, we respect it, and to a certain extent, it actually makes us feel quite comfortable because we're not so comfortable perhaps around people who are not demonstrating as much confidence. But is confidence and self-confidence the same as self-belief, or is there a difference? Well, I think there is. And I think that to a larger extent, if you see someone who is very, very confident, they're drawing a lot of that confidence quite often from the fact they know they can complete a task. They are confident in their ability to be able to achieve something because possibly they've been there before. In fact, I would even argue, noticing working with hundreds of people over many years, is that often this self-confidence is coming from the fact they actually are within their comfort zone. They're operating within a familiar zone. I know I can do this, I know I can do that. I've been here before, I've done it before, I've succeeded, I've done better compared to other people. That's not quite the same as saying, okay, what about when you don't know, when you're asked to go beyond what you do know? If you imagine the comfort zone is like a little island and you're in the shallow waters, you're right up and close to the comfort zone, you're paddling around, you're feeling confident. But what about when you have to go into those deeper, darker, murkier waters where you don't know what's underneath the water? Now we've got a slightly different situation. Self-belief, I believe, is the thing that holds you strong even in those situations. It's really saying no matter what the circumstances, I fundamentally believe in my own capability. I have the level of belief that says even when I perhaps won't know what to do, I will still cope. I will still be able to deal with the situation that I find myself in because I have a strong self-belief in my own identity, in who I believe I am. And my own self-esteem, my own self-image of myself is very strong. That's very different to this sort of external confidence that we might show and demonstrate to the outside world, because that's what it is. I can do that through speaking confidently, being bright and breezy and upbeat. But what's sitting below that? That's what I'm always interested in people. What are they like when you take them outside of their comfort zone? That's what I want to know. And if I'm putting someone in a position of leadership or responsibility, surely that's what we want to know. And surely it's what other people want to know in you. They want to know that when push comes to shove, you can rely on yourself. I want to know that when push comes to shove, I know I can rely on myself. And that's a big difference. So getting to that point where you truly believe in yourself requires you to, what I call, look under the bonnet. You've got your lovely, shiny, beautiful looking car and it all looks great. And for all intents and purposes, it looks fantastic. But what's under the bonnet? What's driving? What's the engine that's driving the car? That's more interesting to me. But it requires more work. It requires you to work on yourself, introspect, think about who you are. What do you truly believe in yourself? What words would you use to describe you that feels totally congruent? This is free of needing opinions of others to support us. Whilst I absolutely admire that, and I think there's nothing wrong with it at all, what I'm more interested in is knowing that you've got the belief in yourself that without all that support, without the support of others, without the approval of others, you can truly rely on yourself and you'll keep going, even in the face of adversity, knowing that you have the capability to win ultimately. So, how do you go about this? Well, too long for this short video, but certainly some of the things are to really think about. what those beliefs are. If I were to ask you to write down what your top 10 beliefs are about yourself and to write them down, and they're very personal about you, you know, as you write them down, does it feel good? Does it feel strong? Does it feel like, I'm not sure I'm being completely congruent with this? And that shows you where maybe the areas are you might need to work on. I mean, to really test your strength or test your self-belief, imagine stripping away everything, stripping away your qualifications, your expertise, your strengths. What are you left with? What are you left with when are you left with some empty shell? Or are you left with this strong core sense of identity? That's what I'm really asking you to think about in this short clip. If you found this interesting and you want to hear more, follow us on social media or get in touch using the links below.